A staple among folklores and mythologies around the world is the often secluded and dark setting of a naturally overgrown and wild forest. These depictions of dark atmospheric settings utilising the overgrowth of a forest is commonly used even in the modern day across pop culture references and countless new horror movies released every summer. But of course, these supposedly fictional forests are covered up by the governments of the world and, in truth, habit our very same planet of existence. So here are 9 haunted forests from around the world that can be observed in the modern day. The Black Forest. With the name the Black Forest, it is of no wonder that rumours and legends of supernatural occurrences have been reported from this location. Located in southwestern Germany along the Rhine River, these legends span across eons and mythologies, as the Black Forest has also been the chosen site of countless German fairy tales, children's stories, local German folk tales, and so on. Rumoured to be filled and populated with a countless variety of werewolves, witches, sorcerers, elves, dwarves, and other mythological beasts, this dense forest filled with pine trees and firs is often regarded with an air and atmosphere of magical proportions. Interestingly enough, in 1794, a book titled The Necromancer was published regarding real-world incidents surrounding the forest at that time in the late 1700s that also goes into the reasonings and causes of mass disappearances, hauntings, and dark magic from the location of the Black Forest, working to reveal a conspiracy of age-old proportions. The site can still be visited today, but stay vigilant as the site is still responsible for modern-day disappearances and paranormal sightings of wandering spirits. The Aokigahara Forest. Regarded by locals by its popular nickname, the Sea of Trees, a nickname given by locals due to its incredibly dense and overgrown nature, the Aokigahara Forest is a wonder of the modern world. The forest is located atop volcanic rock at the northwestern base of Mount Fuji, creating a surrealist atmosphere upon entering its thick leaves. The forest has displayed strange properties in the past, such as actively defending the sounds made inside it. It is a common occurrence for individuals to walk right past each other without hearing any noise or being aware of the presence of the individuals beside them due to sound becoming strangely muffled when entering inside the forest. The forest is also incredibly darker and denser than other forests nearby in that general region. In fact, the forest is so dangerous and threatening due to these factors even during the middle of the day that well-experienced hikers and travellers have had to use different forms of coloured tapes, plastics, bands and markings just to be able to navigate through the forest without getting lost inside its dense growth and dramatically darkened interior. Additionally, there has been a tremendous amount of accounts of individuals claiming that their compass will begin to act erratically and become broken whilst inside the Aokigahara Forest, only for the compass to return to normal once outside the denser regions of the forest. Witchwood Forest. With a name that sounds straight out of a fairy tale, the Witchwood Forest, located in England, houses sinister undertones and even darker themes. The strange occurrences and reports of spirits wandering the forest didn't begin until the passing of the wife of the Earl of Leicester, Mrs. Amy Robsart. It was rumoured in legend that after the passing of the wife, her spirit visited the Earl and told him that in 10 days' time they would be together again. This premonition proved to be true, as the Earl passed away shortly thereafter due to mysterious circumstances. The strange occurrences surrounding the forest only seemed to grow in mystery, as many locals reported seeing several startled depictions of wandering spirits. A hand grabbing onto their shoulder in the night and throwing them, an ethereal horse-drawn carriage pulling the crying Earl and wife through the forest at night, or encountering the spirit of the wife herself and being doomed to a dramatic curse. Whatever the case may be, spotting the spirits seems to only spell trouble for any unlucky soul that has the misfortune of encountering them in the forest late at night. Devil's Tramping Ground. In North Carolina, locals have found an area of the forest known as Devil's Tramping Ground that appears to be completely devoid of growth of any kind. The mysterious 40-foot ring of compacted black soil has been the talk of local legends since the discovery of the nearby Isla city 10 miles west of the location. The local rumours state that every night if someone visits this odd, mysterious location, you will be able to see a dark spirit stomping on the ground in anger and leading to its blackened, compacted state. The location is so strange that even the North Carolina State Department of Agriculture had spent years taking samples of the soil in this area, but is still yet to come up with an explanation for why the 40-foot radius is completely devoid of life of any kind. Dow Hill. The Dow Hill Forest is plagued by strange sightings and disappearances. Many locals and tourists alike report seeing children running through the forest at night, appearing to be deformed or startling their appearance. These claims have only become more and more popular. However, as many skeptics flock to the site with the hopes of dismissing these claims only to capture a tremendous amount of images and footage of schoolchildren running through the forest at night. Oddly enough, the Victoria Boys' School, located in that region and established in the last 1800s, is rumoured to be the hotspot of paranormal activity from the forest. There are no faculty members that will work late at the school throughout the night, and janitors and other employees that are forced to work through the night tend to have a higher rate of turnover and quit the job. Many students during the day also report footsteps echoing throughout the corridors, doors slamming behind them, and even sightings of ghostly encounters in locker rooms and bathrooms when left alone. Joya Bachchu. The Joya Bachchu Forest has been a hotbed of mysterious reports from the locals living in Transylvania. The legends of the area go back to times from its original finding, including claims of vampiric entities roaming through its trees. Further investigations from nearby residents have also located a large circular clearing at the centre of the forest that seems to not be visible from above. This clearing is reported as being a portal into another dimension, and that those who enter it may not ever return after doing so. Tourists often report sudden feelings of intense anxieties and nausea as they begin approaching towards the centre of the forest. There also seems to be a record number of panic attacks seem to be reported in the region as well. Though there are no claims of seeing anything supernatural, paranormal, or extraterrestrial, reports of overbearing paranoia pour in as more and more tourists visit this location in awe. Isla de las Muñecas. Located on a small remote island near Mexico City, is a forest that has attracted visitors from all over the world. Mysterious and unknown by the locals at the time of discovery, the forest on the island appears to be completely covered with dolls hanging around the entire region. Most of the dolls appear to be broken or deformed in some way and look to be as described by tourists from the prop set of cliché Hollywood horror movies. Many of the locals see the dolls as protectors that help to safeguard the island from any evil spirits that wish to inhabit the region, and point to references of a 2-decade case of a girl wandering through the forests with her doll as protection as proof of this belief. However, tourists that travel great distances to see this strange occurrence regard the dolls with an atmosphere of creepiness and find themselves too uncomfortable to stay anywhere close to the island for a prolonged period of time. Isla de las Muñecas has now become a main tourist attraction since its strange discovery, and have seen the addition of ferry terminals, tourist-friendly restaurants, and other developments in the area that help to add to the excitement and quality of the trip. Randolph Forest. Located at the base of the snowy hills in Maine, the Randolph Forest is avoided entirely by locals in the region and proves to be one of the most haunted forests in the entire United States. There has been a tremendous number of reports of huge flashes of light emanating from inside the forest at night. These reports only seem to grow in mystery as daily reports of floating orbs of light and strange ambient noises are witnessed by the locals that have become all too familiar with the terrible hauntings of the Randolph Forest. Entire tracks used by railroad companies have become abandoned and overgrown as rumours began to spread of the hauntings in the forest, and you can still find abandoned cars deep inside the forest that have been torn apart by some strange beast wandering through the region. These reports are treated so seriously by locals that despite being a prime location for hunting, residents refuse to be anywhere near the forest at night and will attempt to avoid the region during the day. Old House Woods. Located at the Chesapeake Bay, the Old House Woods in Virginia used to be a small historic port town that had housed countless British soldiers and a variety of nameless pirates who were often found to be passing through the historic region throughout the early 18th century. Though there are a collection of rumours and myths surrounding the area regarding potentially hidden and buried treasure, locals know better than to get near that region for a prolonged period of time. Many have reported spotting ghostly ships out past the harbour, and rumours of getting near the ship have spread further legends of wailing spirits inhabiting them. That was 9 haunted forests from around the world. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.